Hello everyone. I'm Gargi ma'am, your English ma'am, who's going to teach you English in DPS Fulbari in class 4. I am so anxious and eager to meet you in person. But, we are in a lockdown, isn't it? And so we need to stay safe and stay locked at home, isn't it, children? So till the time we go to school, we meet each other in the classroom, why not we start off with our lessons, isn't it? We can start off with our audiovisual classes, wherein I can explain your doubts, I can clear a particular topic so that you can do a little bit of homework, you can do a little bit of studies throughout the day, isn't it? So children, I think you had already received a PPT on the lesson which I'm going to teach again today, of course, and it is called the sentence. Okay, it is a grammar topic which we are going to do today. I'm going to clear all your confusions, all your doubts, so that you can also go ahead with the exercise which has been given to you. So as usual, we know that our first chapter is the sentence. Now, children, I am speaking to you, isn't it, in words which are not incomplete. You can understand because I am speaking to you something which I think makes a meaning. So let's see, there are certain words on our screen. You can see sties, pigs, live, in. Now sties is actually a home of a pig, like that of a kennel of a dog. Okay, why sties? Sties because it's a plural. We are talking about more than one. So this doesn't make sense, does it? No. So what would be the correct answer, children? Pigs live in sties. Again, let's go to the second one. The national is animal, the India of tiger. The tiger is the national animal of India. That's the correct answer. Now again, the third one, sea in the sail ships. My God, this doesn't make any sense. So how do we do to make it a meaningful sentence? We write it in order. How do we write it? Here. Ships sail in the sea. Now, so what do we get to know from this, children? We get to know about sentences. And the first important thing which we need to know about sentences are, number one, it is an arrangement of a group of words that make complete sense. And children, you must always remember, I think from class 1 we have been already taught, isn't it, that a sentence, when it begins, it must begin with a capital letter. You should never start a sentence with a lower case. You must always begin with an uppercase or a capital letter. Lowercase means small letter. So that is our second thing to remember about a sentence. And of course, a sentence must always end with a full stop or a period. That's called a period as well. Or if it's a question, it will end with a question mark. And if it is an expression, it's going to end with an exclamation mark. Now, let's read these words. What do we get to see? At home. Yes, I am at home and I don't want to stay at home. I want to go to school. I want to meet each one of you in school. I miss DPS Fulbari. I really miss my classes with y'all, with all the other students as well. I miss y'all. I so badly want to see you. So at home is the word, in a few days. And I think we might meet in a few days' time, isn't it? If we stay safe and if we stay locked, then this entire disease is going to get wiped out. Like we wipe out the chalk marks from by a duster on the board, similarly we will be able to wipe out. So in a few days, under the sofa. Yes, my cat is under the sofa. It's hiding there and it's watching me. I suppose many of you have pets, isn't it, children? Many of you have pets. So they love to either go under the sofa or sit on the sofa. So here our group of words are under the sofa during the night. Yes, during the night, if you look out of your window, if you look out of your balcony, you will get to see stars in the sky or the moon in the sky, isn't it? So during the night, in the cupboard, yes, in the cupboard, I store all my precious things, my books, my dresses, and I think you all also do the same thing. Now, children, what do we get to see? We get to learn from this that these are all group of words and they don't begin with a capital letter. Do they begin with a capital letter? No, they don't. And they don't end with a full stop. They don't end with a question mark. They don't end with an exclamation mark. But then they still make sense. They're still making sense. You see, at home, it does make sense. It is not complete, but then it does make sense. So let's see. So what are they? See my question mark. My God, it's asking us. What are they, children? What are they, Gargi? The above group of words are called phrases. Okay, children? They call phrases. So what do we know now? We know that a phrase is a small group of words that makes partial sense and can become a part of a sentence, isn't it? They make a partial sense. Partial means a part, not complete, not full. Now let's see. Let's learn. Okay, of course we need to learn, and we all love to learn, isn't it? We love to acquire, love to gain knowledge. So let's learn. Given below is a set of words to be arranged into sentences. You see, they are not arranged, so you'll have to rearrange them. You'll have to unscramble them. So I have given you 3 sentences which will of course guide you in your home assignments, which is also going to be given by me to you all. Here you get to see. What a beautiful painting is the answer to painting a beautiful what? Going are you to the market? Are you going to the market? I wish I could go to the market. I have so many things to buy. But then no, we must not step out of the house if we don't need essential things, isn't it? And I'm sure you must be also telling the same to your parents, to your elders in the house. Don't let them go out unnecessarily. You have to stay guarded to the door. Next, go out, we shall off station. Yes, I am so longing for a vacation out. This is not a holiday, children. This is not at all a holiday for any one of us. We are working from home. I am teaching from home. You all are learning from home, isn't it? So we are all working. This cannot be called a holiday. It is called a lockdown period wherein we are all sitting at home and gaining knowledge and going ahead with our classes, getting our assignments done, listening to lectures by our teachers, isn't it? Getting to know a lot of things sitting at home. So this is not a holiday at all, children. Next. So what does our smiley icon say? Don't forget, a sentence has a verb, but a phrase does not. As I had already mentioned that a sentence has to have a doing word in it, okay, an action word. And I will also have an activity based on that. Let's move on. Now again, let's learn. This is again a part of an assignment which I would be giving you. So I have given you an example so that you can refer and you can do that. It becomes easy for you. So what does it say? Write S if the group of words is a sentence. And if it is a phrase, then write P. Pooja and Anil. See, you can see Pooja and Anil. And I'm sure many might be saying, oh, I have a brother. Oh, my name is Pooja. Oh, I have a brother who's called Anil. Yes, I have taken 2 names which I'm sure might be very common amongst us. And look at all of us here. This is actually a drawing of how I would love to see you. See, look at them. They're all my students. I've tried to treat them as my students. That is, I feel they look like you. And this is slightly similar to Gargi ma'am. This is Gargi ma'am. See, she's talking to her students. This is Gargi ma'am. She's talking to her students. Now, I met my friend in the library. Now, this particular sentence makes sense because it has a group of words. It has a verb in it. You see, met. And it is also in order, and it is giving a meaningful sense. So, we are going to write this as a S, as a sentence, as S. Now, activity time. Activity time is very, very interesting, children. I just used to wait for an activity after a lesson used to be completed by my teacher in school. I always had fun doing the activities. So our first activity is we have to frame 5 sentences using 5 things which are visible in the living room of, our room, our home. Or your home means your home, not my home. Okay, I have already taken one from my home and framed a sentence. But your homework would be, you have to frame 5 sentences using things which are visible to you, which you can see them in the living room. What is a living room? A living room is going to have your sitting and your dining together. Your drawing room and your dining room together, the whole space is your living room. So I have picked up my sofa and I drew it out, isn't it? I drew it out and I wrote the sentence. The sofa is made of leather. Or you can also write, my sofa is made up of raw leather. Or my sofa is black in color. Alright? And children, there's something more to it. All those who are able to draw or who loves to draw with what they write, which is called a picturized writing, can also draw. Okay, you can write out the sentence either in your own notebook, that is a notebook which has extra pages which you no longer use, or else the ones who have already bought their books and notebooks can do it in their English notebook, which is a single line notebook. Or else you can use your old drawing notebook, an old sheet, okay, which has space for you to write, or a notepad. I think many of us or all of us will have used and unused pages of our old notebook. That means our previous class's notebook. You can ask your mama, you can ask your daddy, anybody, any elder in the house, and ask them for an extra old notebook to write out my activity. Now, the ones who already have their notebook can definitely write it out in their notebook. Okay? Now, what do? We are going to write that out. And what we are going to do is, we are going to take a picture of it, okay? So that when I take my second class, before that you can send us, maybe we'll make arrangement, send us the picture and I can also say, yes, this is correct. And if it is wrong, I might say that this is how you need to write it. Or else in the next class, I am also going to take up the exercises one by one, give answers to them, listening to it. You can also do a tick mark using your pencil till the time we meet in school. What is our second activity? Now, there are many activities, children. I have given you many activities so that you have fun doing the chapter on sentences. Now, second activity, I told you, children, Gargi ma'am loves to draw, Gargi ma'am loves to paint, and she is really fond of drawings. Okay, so all those who can draw a beautiful scenery can draw it again in your own notebook or in your English notebook, which you already have bought. And children, don't worry, there are many of us who are not able to draw so well. So what you will do is, you will just do inverted V's in the shape of mountains. Alright, you can draw them inverted V. The letter V, V for victory. So when it's inverted, when it's upside down, it faces like a mountain. So you can draw 2-3 mountains, and you can draw a curve, a curve which is like the sun and then the rays, and you can draw a tiny hut, and you can draw a pond or a river, okay, and a little bit of in the sky, clouds, like I have done white clouds here. So you can do that. That's easy. That's easy. And then what would be your English task after the drawing is over? You are going to make sentences on the drawing which you have done, which you will be doing, or which you had done. Okay, on the drawing you're going to pick up 5 things from the drawing and make 5 sentences with it. Okay, you're going to frame 5 sentences. So here my examples, I've given only 3. See, the drawing which I've drawn, I've written the sky is blue in color. The kite looks happy. Yes, I love to draw happy and smiling faces. So I've put eyes and nose and a smiley here on my kite. So the kite looks happy. And yes, the white clouds in my drawing are sailing. So I've written white clouds are sailing in the sky. Right, children? I think this is good enough for you to understand, and you can accordingly do the activity. Now, wait, children. There's again the third part to this. Alright? I told you we'll have surprises in the beginning. So what is the third part? This is quite interesting. And I know, children, that you all have best friends. Good, better, best. So best has to be one. Alright? The best friend you have, you're going to make 5 sentences on him or her. So I had a best friend. I have a best friend called Fiona. She doesn't stay in Siliguri anymore. She's moved out. Alright, so I choose her name. Your exercise is, you're going to take a word beginning with a letter of your choice, or you can also take the name of your best friend. So I've taken Fiona. Now we already know that a sentence has a verb in it. So just add a verb. What is a verb? I've explained. Which means doing word or an action word to it. To it means to the word I have chosen. My word is Fiona. So how does it look, the sentence? Fiona draws. Yes, she used to draw lovely cartoon faces and lovely sceneries. She's very fond of drawing. So I wrote Fiona draws. Now let's see. Now, what do? Then after adding a verb to the word, we're going to make a sentence with it. Okay, so I have made Fiona draws funny faces easily. Alright? Yes, as I said, she can draw lovely emoticons. She used to draw, and she still does that. You know, she draws lovely emoticons. Emoticons, I'm sure you must have seen WhatsApp, isn't it? In your mom's mobile or your daddy's mobile or your elders, any elder in the house, you must have seen WhatsApp. You see a lot of smiley faces there. So they're called emoticons. Okay. So I related with that. I tried to connect with that, and I said, Fiona draws funny faces easily. So now comes your work. What would be your work? Your work would be to frame at least 5 sentences on your best friend in the same manner, in this manner I have done. Remember, they all need to be different. You can't go on writing draws funny faces, draws colorful faces, draws mountains. No, that's very, very boring. You have to change them. Draws, dances, sings, speaks, okay, reads. So these are all verbs. These are all verbs which you can use to make or frame sentences on your best friend. And again, as I said, you're going to do it in either your English notebook or an old notebook which has unused pages, or a notepad or an old drawing book, whichever is comfortable for you. Now children, I want to show you something to this. Children, this is how our book looks like. Okay, it's called Tune Into Grammar. This is our English grammar book, mind you. We have 2 books in English. Okay, 2 books. One is the My Best book, which again, when I take up literature lessons with you, I'm going to tell you. And this is Tune Into Grammar is the book. Now here, this is the exercise which I have, tried to make it easily visible to the ones who don't have the book. This entire exercise, you're going to do it on your own in your exercise notebook, which can be your new notebook, which can be your old notebook, which can be an old sheet Okay, a sheet of paper, an A4 sheet of paper, whatever is available at home. You're going to do this till the time we meet. Okay, till the time we meet. So for today, it's a bye-bye from Gargi ma'am. Stay safe, stay locked, and see you soon.